What is up, guys? This is Max Cup 4, and today, before we get started with the update video, I want to show you guys my event that I'm going to be having going on pretty soon, and you're going to want to hear about this. It's the Great Patriotic War, and as you can see, there are sectors. Every single sector that you see here is going to be represented by a map in-game. So every single sector is a map in-game, and there's factions. So we have Germany, we have Finland, we have USA, and we have the Soviets. More factions get added, and we'll add more areas to the campaign. But this is a PvP campaign. There's gonna be one commander for the Axis, or actually two, excuse me, one for Germans, one for the Finns, one for the Soviets, and then eventually one for the United States. So this main commissar, or the leader of the faction, will control where people are gonna be assigned on the divisions. On the front lines, everybody will be assigned in generally an area, and you can't just be moving from, like, see, sector, the orange sector number 1 up there, next to, somewhat close to the the Baltics, and then I can't just move down to all the way down there to Romania in the purple number 1 and just defend it. So this is gonna be a cool. It's going to be a commander that has to reorganize, and he's gonna choose where his guys are gonna defend. We can have some guys in reserves. It's gonna be a cool, awesome event. Everyone's going to choose their faction, and once you choose that faction, you're locked in, and you have to choose your own doctrine. So say you want to go all around, you have to stick with all around throughout the campaign. You can change it, but it's going to take a week of you being off the front lines to change that. So you're off a week, change back, so you want to go to support. Now you're support. And then your enemy can report, like, hey, I know Maxco 4 is in Sector 2, the red Sector 2, over in Belarus, and he has freaking we'll say on the Soviet side, we took that. He's Soviet support doctrine, so we gotta watch out for him. And then, say I get pulled out and move somewhere else in the next turn. I'm up there in Finland now. I'm up 3, northern 3 in Finland, and now the commanders just have to be communicating constantly where they're gonna be at. So it's gonna be a cool event. Eventually, there'll be a D-Day, and the United States will get involved. But it's gonna be cool. If you guys are interested, make sure you join the link in the server. And ask more questions about it. But this event's gonna get started soon, so you guys do not want to miss out on it. But let's get to the video. What is up, guys? This is Max Code 4, and today we're gonna be going over the new update. Alright, so one cool thing that just got added that I'm sure you guys have been angry about, is the main chat not working. As you can see, I'm saying hello, and this, I believe it's Chinese? I'm not sure, I don't know their letters or whatnot. But this guy says hi back, and it's freaking working. It's awesome. Everything is working as it should in the chats. You can actually message people, and you don't have to go through Steam or Discord, so it's pretty nice. You can actually message in the chat, and that'll be nice for actually organizing games. Hopefully it makes things easier for multiplayer and whatnot. Another huge thing, Last Stand being added. Let's see, as you can see, let's go back real quick. Last Stand is being very, pretty much the most played game mode right now, because everyone wants to try it out. It's fresh. But how Last Stand works, in case you guys don't know, you select the map, you create this server instance, and you're going to be playing up to 4 players. You can play by yourself, as I did, you'll see later. But you play up to 4 AI. I did 2 versus 1 for myself, but you can do 4 AI. You make them heroic, you can make them easy. It's however you want to have it set up. And anyways, these AI will come from different directions. You're basically smack in the center, and they're coming from all around, and they're coming to try to kill you. Pretty cool. What I would recommend is building engineers, putting some mines down, putting some hedgehogs, tank traps out, putting some barbed wire. Makes things a lot easier for y'all. So just go ahead and try that out. I'll show you guys the mode later on in this video, but the mode is pretty amazing, I think, and this is a really nice change that the devs added, and it gives the games a lot more replayability too, and it's really fun with friends. So recommend you guys try it out. Alright, guys, so here's the new Last Stand mode. Obviously you can see I am a little ways in. I've only got a little bit of time remaining for that I have to survive, actually, so things are going pretty good. I only did myself versus 2 AI, so they're only average AI, so it wasn't that bad. Being real. Almost got overwhelmed. They had some KV1s. This mode is pretty cool. I'm playing versus Soviets versus some good old Finns. But you can set up different game modes. You want to play versus the Germans. Play as Americans. I recommend building like hedgehogs to protect your sides or tank traps, whatnot. But this mode is extremely fun, as you can control basically defending from all sides. They've indicated one to come from the west for this game, personally. But, shit. Oh, Thunder's getting him. Hell yeah, leave him by. I don't know why they would move him up there. But as you can see, the lines are holding. There's some, there'll be some territories for you guys to capture in the outskirts, but it's really not that hard. 3, 2, 1. And bam. I just played only like 25-minute game. As you can see, 184 kills, 70 losses. Pretty good odds. But here I'll show you the setup. You can make up to 4 people on your side. And you can play up to 4 allies. I mean, enemies. You can choose your doctrine like normal. You can adjust the game duration, preparation times, start waves, and times between waves if you want it to be really hard. Or you can make it like expert AI. It's pretty awesome. They come from all different directions. I really recommend using engineers and fortifying your points. But this game mode is sick. You guys definitely need to try it out. It's pretty awesome. Gives you a nice like the Last Stand type of feel. You know what I'm saying? Pun. But that's pretty cool mode. Make sure you guys all try it out. Tell me what your experiences are. What's some good tips when you're playing this mode that have helped you guys? Just let me know. Alright guys, moving on to the next thing. There are new German models, as you can see, human models and the actual uniforms. So we can see these guys look pretty young. This is a good old Volksgrenadier squad. Excuse me, Sturm. Whatever, the volunteer dudes. But most of them look pretty young. Young soldiers move on to like an actual squad. These are Volksgrenadiers. You can see they look a little bit older. Got some different uniforms. This one looks pretty badass, honestly. MG42. These guys look a lot older, of course. Some older ones. This guy looks cool. He got his sleeves rolled down and everything. Got little jackets and whatnot. Guy's rocking an MP44. He looks old as fuck. Looks pissed. Doesn't want to be here. These guys, yeah, look like they've seen some time. This guy looks a little young, but it's cool that they changed up the actual soldier models, so they all look a little bit different. Pretty cool if you ask me. All the soldiers look a little bit different. The uniforms look a little higher resolution if you ask me. Got a lot of young guys serving the front lines. Pretty cool. Different hats and whatnot. Helmets and stuff. Got E-Tool up there. All sorts of different uniforms and stuff, and everything's looking pretty cool. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. We love new things being added, and they're supposed to add new ones for the other factions as well soon. So that's another cool thing. Another thing I want to point out is pathfinding has been changed. So before we have a squad here, where you tell him that we want him to move over here, then he's gonna take like a weird route. He would usually like go across the bridge, go over here, then cut across, move over here. But now it's like directly. They take the almost the straightest path to it. See, goes to that building. They're going in that way. It's pretty cool. They don't take like sidetrack. They take mainly like the straightest path. Like this guy, straightest path is through this broken building and over there to the side. And that's the way they're gonna take it, instead of like going some weird way and cutting across.
Yeah.
Apparently it's supposed to react a little bit better to contact, and people have been saying they throw grenades a little bit better. The AI. So I think the AI in general has been improved a little bit. So that's also a nice thing to see. But pathfinding's definitely been improved, and that is a huge thing. Another cool thing, as you can go to options, your video, you can turn up the graphics, the shadows to ultra. I'm gonna leave mine on high because I have a good GPC, but a good graphics card, but it's not the best, you know. It's good, but not great. So we're gonna leave that off. But if you guys have really good gaming rigs, you guys can set that up and make it look even better. Another cool thing, or actually not a cool thing, actually I nerfed the call-in infantry. So riflemen went from 8 to 10 manpower now. Your SMGs went from 10 to 13, and then your semi-autos went from good old 13 to 17. So these guys are a lot more pricey now. You have to pay a little bit more. As you can see, if you guys didn't know that your riflemen make sense, but they come with mainly just a few grenades couple, like 3 per most of them, but some of them have 4, some of them have less. These guys will come up with same thing, 2 or 3 grenades per, and some of them will have a smoke and an anti-tank. And then your semi-autos will actually have more gear. They'll have a little bit less grenades. They'll have smokes and they'll have anti-tank grenades. So these guys, you get what you pay for, per se. But
Wie lauten die Befehle?
the big problem is going to be for the Americans, because the Americans have to pay 17 for every semi-auto. As the Germans, I'm usually paying for these 2, but Americans are paying for that semi-auto. You pay for what you get, but 17 manpower. Yeah, you're paying for about 5 before you get a squad, whereas like you could pay, let's see, 1, 2, I guess it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's just not as cost effective as it was to break swarm these guys. I know a lot of people would just have call-ins come in and be like, oh, I'm just gonna send a whole bunch of riflemen this way, secure this side, and then I'd send a whole bunch of SMGs to hide in the bushes here, or something crazy like that. Like people would be sending out riflemen and stuff like crazy, and they'd be swarming them everywhere. So I guess they're trying to counter that and make people use squads more as their sole primary call-ins, and split them off and be smarter about how they use them. But interesting change. I'm not sure what you guys think, but we'll move on to the next and final big change that's been added as well. Alrighty guys, so the next change we're going to be talking about is SMG squads. Alright, so SMG squads are very prevalent in these games, and they usually, I usually get a bunch of them because, SMG squads are good. Get into urban settings, little area like this, or more, the 1 versus 1 maps have, some of the 1 versus 1 maps like Farmstead and Farmland, the middle points are very SMG friendly, so they've basically doubled the time that it takes to call in another SMG squad. So as you can see, it was like probably like a minute 28. It was just like normal like this. I wait another minute and a half, and I could get another squad. Now they've like doubled that time, so I have to wait. Actually have to wait for my SMG squads. So you can't spam these guys as much. I think it's probably because the amount of SMGs that were being used was kind of insane. So they've changed it up a little bit to make it so SMGs are not being used as much, I think. Because they want those PPSHs dominating. That must be what it is. But just so you guys know, SMG squads are going to be a little bit less present on the battlefield. Or at least take a little bit longer to get there, so you won't see them as much. Cool little change. Let me know what you think of this change in the comments below. Another thing that changed was the battle zones maps. So some of the battle zones maps, the grid didn't really line up to where they wanted it to be, and they adjusted it to be a little bit more balanced, I guess. Maybe make it smaller or bigger, adjusting the corners to where they thought one side had the advantage. Like as you can see, like this one has like a shaved off side on this side. Some of them, they just changed it around a little bit, so it'd be a little bit more balanced, just so you guys know. Let's move on to the final thing. Right, guys, so the final thing that we have is new tutorials. So we have infantry control, vehicle control, AT guns, artillery, reinforcements, the military camp where you can learn about everything, and trial by fire, where you could actually experience combat with the enemy. You can make this easy, normal, hard, hardcore, but they have changed these missions. All but one of them, I believe, has been changed, and to make it more user-friendly. These are pretty cool. Give you some snippets right ahead.
Ja? Volltreffer!
Was sollen wir tun?
Jawohl! So muss das laufen!
Move the tank to position behind the sandbags.
Panzerwelle ist einsatzbereit.
Wir müssen das
Wo kommt der denn her? Enemy vehicles down the road. Wipe them out. Die Kämpfe sind ab.
The tank is immobilized because the track was broken. We will deal with it later. The first order of business is eliminating the enemy threat. Engage enemy tanks with AP shells. The tank will automatically load the correct shell type for its target, but you can control ammo selection manually in third person or direct control.
Alright, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. Make sure to check out some of my other tutorial videos that I have made myself, and I'll see you guys on the next one.